and it's getting rather dark, rather smoky. Oh. Ah. Okay, we're free. That can happen. And has happened. Not very often, but it does happen.
Outlander, quickly! This way! I've been thinking about my brother's claim that he's the Nerevarine since we last spoke. No matter how I try, the word tastes false on my tongue. And now I fear he's about to convince the wise woman that his quest for power will benefit the tribes.
What can I do to help?
My brother is respected and revered. He has allies in all of the tribes, not to mention his personal Red Exiles. We have to proceed with caution. Respect the Ashlander customs and traditions. Anything else will lead to violence and bloodshed.
So what do we do?
We talked to my brother. Tried to convince him this isn't the way. Barring that, we make sure the wise woman doesn't get drawn into his madness. Whatever Chodala says or does, don't attack him. We don't need a war between the houses and the Ashlanders.
I'll follow your lead, maybe. Once I've had a look in here. It's a bookshelf. Okay. Now she's probably gone and I don't know where I'm going. Is it in there or is it behind there? I don't want to get stuck on those things again, hold on. Let me just run around and have a look. Okay, there's nothing behind this, so we're gonna have to... it's not in here. Odd. Apparently I'm looking at it. Must be another hut, is it? Apparently it's directly... It says it is here. If I click that, we're in here. Not steel. No.
Hail.
Well?
Right, let me I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna reload. I think something's gone screwy. Okay, now you can see there is a arrow there, which there wasn't before. I actually had this before with a follow quest when I had to follow somebody. The same thing happened. I was running around for quite a while till I did the same, so that's why I knew something had gone with this mission. See, now they're in here.
My brother Chodala's about to do something foolish and dangerous. But by dusk and dawn, Azura put you and I on the same path for a purpose. I just hope we have enough time.
What's Chodala going to do?
He's about to claim the title of the Nerevarine and try to unite the Ashlander tribes gathered here. He already convinced the Red Exiles to support him. He's using them to intimidate the other tribes. If he persuaded the Wise Woman to his cause...
Tell me about the Wise Woman.
Wise Woman Dovrasi, the most respected counselor and spirit guide this side of Red Mountain. She went to the Cavern of the Incarnate to meditate on Chodala's claim. If she confirms my brother's assertion, the tribes will follow wherever he leads.
We need to talk to this Wise Woman.
Agreed, but I dare not leave Chodala alone with the tribes. I feel the hand of Azura in all this. Go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and talk to the Wise Woman. I'll stay here and try to keep things under control until you return. The cavern's to the northeast of Aldrin, on the other side of the mountain. Hopefully, the rumbling and lava won't slow you down too much. Get to the cavern and talk to the Wise Woman. If she accepts Chodala's claim about the Nerevarine...
Let's do it. Time is of the essence. Right, let me see. Ah. You couldn't put it any further away, could you? Well, you could have, I suppose. Right.
She won't refuse my claim. Just in case, make sure the Red
Fortunately.
Exiles are ready.
Your word is law, Nerevarine.
Fortunately, I've already taken a wander over there at one point and opened up the portal. Or the way shrine. Because if I hadn't, this would be an extremely long video. Where are we? Where are we? So, over there. Let's get closer. Ooh, look at the size of that.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures. Thank you for aiding me, but I sense you came for a different purpose. Let's talk inside the cavern. An outlander? Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not. I'll do as you ask. Come here, outlander. We must talk. It feels strange to talk to an outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision.
This is about Chodala and the Nerevarine right.
Words of truth from the mouth of an outlander. Remarkable. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chodola is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim.
Isn't there a way to prove he isn't a Nevarian?
Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodola's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick.
The failed incarnates.
We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now.
How do I talk to the spirits of the incarnates?
Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirits. Return to Aldrin after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chodola's ambitions before they lead us to war. We need knowledge to defeat Chodola, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say.
We are using them slowly. Okay. Sprinkle time.
The Nerevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this, Outlander.
What ended your quest to become the Nevarine?
The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refused to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. I take my scroll and remind the wise woman that wisdom ignored is ignorance.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nerevarine, but were found wanting. The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to cooperate. So ask your question, Outlander.
What flaw made you fail to fulfill your prophecy?
Take my scroll and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land. But power alone won't save my people. In the end, it couldn't even save me.
Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarines' return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges.
They decided you weren't Nevarine? Why?
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman understand the futility of a senseless war.
Mortal, let us speak.
Oh, it's a big cheese.
I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarine.
I communed with the incarnates, just as the wise woman commanded.
Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodola's claim. If she rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodola confident, reckless.
The staff is the source of Chodola's power.
Your instincts served you well. Chodola's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Sothasil built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivec's.
Okay, I'll do what you ask.
Then go. Return to Aldrun and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodola's claim. And let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders.
Okay then. Do that. Right, we better make our way back. We need to use the way shrine, which is this way. Try and avoid the bad stuff. Go there. There.
Ah, a fellow outsider in this inhospitable Sea of Ash. I wonder if we might help each other.
Not at the moment.
Thank the moon and star. You've returned.
Sure have.
The wise woman returned from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodola's in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power.
I spoke to some of the Incarnates. They gave me these scrolls.
Ah, of course. Use the tales of the failed Incarnates to counter Chodola's arguments. That's brilliant. Well, except for one problem.
Problem? What problem?
An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course.
How can I help? If I can't talk during the council.
You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodola's claims. I hate opposing my brother in this. I just don't see another way.
Let's just go with it. Brain isn't functioning too well this evening. Alright, so I have to pick one, apparently.
The wise woman returned from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodola's in there too. Of course. An Outlander has no status in the Council.
Let's go.
The Ashlanders won't listen to him.
There we go.
Meet me inside.
Hopefully you're in there this time. Alright, it's a cavern.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the Nerevarine.
Someone has stepped forward to challenge your claim, Chodala.
Seren, I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
Chodala puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine.
I have no idea. Just take the top one. It says Incarnate Dana's scroll should disprove.
Of course. Let's see what happens. This doesn't look right.
Then I'll give you another
Time
one.
to pick the correct scroll.
Try that one.
That makes sense. I'll try that. I don't think this will work.
Oh, come
Be
on.
careful. We need to get... Yes, that's a sound argument. Incarnate, appear!
Confusion just confirms my claim.
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow my example.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument?
Start at the top
Of
one again.
course. Let's see what happens. No, that's not
Then
right.
take that one.
That makes sense. Incarnate, appear!
Sister,
I thought the
is
path to
that
the
the best you
Nerevarine
can
was a
do?
path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War is not the way.
These failed incarnates prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
One more.
I think it's working. One more strong assertion, and that should do it. Of course. Let's see what happens. Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodala, we deny your claim. You are not the Nerevarine.
This proves nothing! Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nerevarine! Red Exiles, slay me!
Brother, no!
Circle around!
From the side!
Right now!
Ooh, that's nice. Take it all. Right, where do we go now? Out. Out. Hold on. Just going to check for little circles that I missed, like in the last one.
Lord Vivek, protect us.
Pull yourself together.
He's still floating? No, he's now on the seat. So much for your divineness or whatever.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky. At least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me?
We discredited Chodler as a Neverine, but he escaped with Sunara.
How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sothasil's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality.
To Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution. Lord Vivek must conserve his remaining energy, so we need to solve this problem on our own. It all comes back to Chodler. That damned Ashlander's draining the warrior poet's power. We need to stop him and get that damned staff.
Sunara makes Chodler invulnerable. How do we circumvent the staff?
How should I know? That's not a skill the Tribunal teaches. Return to Barrelzar's tower and get Sothasil's former apprentice to come up with some kind of countermeasure. I'm sure he knows more than he's told you. I do have one concern, though.
Just one?
You see right through me, Outlander. I have more worries than a Quama queen has eggs. I'm talking about Chodler's sister. Seren claims to want to help, to want peace, but I don't trust her. Seek out Barrelzar, but be wary of the Ashlander's sister. We need to stop Chodler, and to do that, we need to find a way to overcome the device he's wielding. Find Barrelzar and make sure that crazy mage provides you with something we can use to save Lord Vivek.
Are we certain the staff is required to save Lord Vivek?
Is the bull sure it can bed the Betty? No. But by all accounts, we'll be better off with Sunara in our hands and away from Chodler. That won't be possible, however, as long as the Ashlander remains impervious to every attack.
So why does Vivek's condition threaten Vardenfell?
Vivek loves this land, and the land loves him in return. He's always had a special bond with Vardenfell. Is it so hard to believe that Red Mountain reflects his suffering? Beyond that, there's also Bardao, the moonlit that floats above us.
Tell me more about that.
Lord Vivek's intervention stopped the moonlit from crashing into the city. He holds it above us by strength of will. But as he weakens, so too does the power that keeps the rock afloat. If Vivek's energy wanes further, it would spell disaster.
Right, we've got to go and get this apprentice. We'll find out what we can. Just want to check out those greaves we got. It's 2285. Oh. Oh. Magic. Maximum health. Well, we're going to equip those. It's going to bind to my account. Yeah, fine. And what else did we pick up before? It was blue, wasn't it? Oh, we got those. Yeah, I don't want to equip those. Let me just put it that way. Not enough easy. Physical resistance? Yeah. That was it. Magic stamina, maximum health. Well, we'll try that one. That'll do. Right. You won't see it because I've got a costume on, kind of thing. So. Where are we heading? We're heading this way, wasn't it? Over here. To go there. Yeah, you won't see the uniform. You'll see here actually if I remove. Costumes. So we're wearing this, so if we take this off, that's what we look like underneath at the moment. Hey, that's actually pretty cool. I've never actually seen the bits I'm putting on. See, every bit of item you pick up is different. You get all sorts of, there's thousands of different sort of costumes, so, which is pretty cool. You don't get the sort of same old. I think we'll stick with that for a while anyway. Let's go the right way. The right way? That's the right way. Better get the horse out. Not overly keen on the helm, but the rest of it's alright. Swim now. I mean, I'm not overly mad on costumes and things, but I do like the fact that you can, like I say, change everything. You know, your gloves, your hat, and you can take this and you can actually paint it in any colour you like as well. If you've got the colours and stuff, there's different colours you can unlock, and there's all sorts. It's something for everyone, you might say. I prefer the sort of storyline, you know, fighting, running around, discovering stuff, more so than the sort of crafting side, although... Okay. So we're going to go back in here and see what he's got to say.
Is someone up there? I could use some help down here.
Down here. Okay, it's down. I thought
Hurry, please. I have a natural aversion to danger.
Oh! Well, we've got some help.
So hard to concentrate and maintain schedules when interruptions constantly occur. Don't they know the Great Gear never pauses in its rotations? So that was you up there. I appreciate the assistance. Daedric entities can be very unpredictable.
Why were Daedra attacking you?
Logic has very little place in the behavior of Daedra, my hopeful associate. Studying the fabric of reality does tend to attract unwanted attention. But these creatures appeared just before you entered my tower. I wonder, why have you returned?
I located the Sosa Seal tool, but it's been altered to steal Lord Vivek's divine energy.
Ah, a modification of my master's old experiments, turning a simple tool into a dangerous weapon. Ingenious! Evil, yes, but also quite brilliant. A tonal inverter should counter it. Uses sound waves to temporarily disrupt the flow of energy.
Do you have a tonal inverter I can use?
No, of course not. I just invented it. I need proper components to build such a device. My hirelings scour the land for materials all the time. Here's a list. Head out the back door and ask them to direct you to these common dwarven components.
Great, we're gonna collect a, yeah, you know, collect quest. Bookshelf. Bookshelf. Ooh, sword can I like... It's not stealing, is it? Nope. Is that stealing? Nope. Definitely not stealing. No. Ooh, I could do with some bread. That'll do. Let's head out.